Good morning, good evening to you all out there in the West. I want to do a video of, let me start off right here. This is your man, not your boy, Go Black to Africa. Hey, yeah, I want to go ahead and do a video. People are interested in the cost of living, maybe what are some prices that are going on. Good morning. What are some of the costs here in Nairobi? People are sometimes interested in the places I stay. I'm staying in an Airbnb. And so I'm going to show you all where I'm staying. Yeah, come on in, family. We'll wait till a few people come in before I just go ahead and get started. Bright and early here, about 8 o'clock in the morning. And so just want to show cost of Airbnb that you can pay for when you're traveling. And so from the UK, what time is it in the UK right now? I think y'all 4 hours behind us, I think. East Coast, I think, is 8 hours behind. Greetings, African love. Greetings, Thabo. Morning. Blackbird sings. Oh, is it 4:48 in the UK? Okay. It's 11 p.m. in the US. Savannah, or is it Savannah? Savannah, 11 p.m. That means you're what? Midwest? God bless you always, brother. E. Hollist. Hey, appreciate it. East Coast, US, 11:40. It's almost midnight? Okay. You putting the work in. Andre. Yeah, putting the work. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to, just give y'all ideas on, some costs. I think today's gonna be my day of some cost of living. I'm staying in an Airbnb. I've stayed in 3 Airbnbs here in the last week. It's been a week now. I try to, you know, share the wealth as far as situating myself in different places. I stumbled upon this place here. It's pretty nice. Than the last two I was in, but I'm gonna give y'all some things to look out for when you're doing Airbnbs, because even hotels. Let me say that right here. Hotels, Airbnb. When you traveling abroad, especially coming from your prospective countries, you're accustomed to certain ways of living. Blessings, Gianna. Gianni, was that Jeannie? Jeannie. Oh, Presley. Okay. Cassandra Williams, where are you now? I here in Nairobi still. I'm gonna be here in Nairobi. I don't have no plans. That's a great place to be. I have no plans, but I know I will be out of Kenya. Or is it buffering? Be out of Kenya here, and definitely before the end of the month. So yeah. Okay. So is it buffering or what? Yeah, absolutely freedom. It's freedom, y'all, when you really don't have too much of plan. I understand planning is important at times, but yeah. So we're gonna wait here just another couple of minutes as I show y'all one of the places I'm staying here, Airbnb. It is it's about 8 o'clock now here. It's a shame when you have your cell phone and you're videotaping from your cell phone, and it's your only source of time of reference. Okay, it's not buffering. All right, so maybe it's just different places around the globe. But it's hard. We don't wear watches anymore. So okay, Aubrey. Okay, I'm good. All right. Yeah, but let me go ahead and I know I don't like to belabor some things. I know people got other things to do. But anyway, I am staying at a place called Acacia. Let me step right here and walk into the place. Acacia. This right here is just the hallway, the outside of each living quarters, if you will. But when you walk into my room, I got a studio room. So walking in, into this place here, the building has been built 4 years ago. And the this is a studio room. So you got the bed right here. I got my camera on this the stabilizer, so I'm still trying to figure it out. Salute, good morning, greetings. So yeah, this is a studio, plain and simple. Something for, if you stand by yourself, maybe an individual. So we got the closets right here that, you put your clothes in and all that right there. Got your bed. Microwave, refrigerator, freezer. And then here they have, they supply, some dishes and pots and stuff. And then they got a burner here, no need for a stove. Kind of like it's plain and simple. And out here, I kind of like this little wash area or little standing area. I even get the birds come up here and chill out with me. But this is a look outside the window, out here on the little porch or whatever, balcony. Building next door. We're gonna head downstairs too and see. But a lot of these buildings here are residential apartment areas. How much did you pay? I know everybody wants to know real quick. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna see if y'all can guess that. How much I pay. All right. So this is a studio. Like I said, this is a studio. Walking right in here. You got your little kitchenette. They have. So, you got your little sink, you got your cabinets. If you want to stay for a minute, you can rent these out. They have a couple of spots daily, and they have, you can pay, they're renting out apartments here. Boy, the guest is coming in, boy. Here's your bathroom. I am in Nairobi, Kenya. Got your shower. Simple bathroom. And that's the small studio. We're gonna walk outside. And this is the other end of looking at the studio room here. Got your nice shiny floors. That's your man, not your boy. All right, we're gonna walk out here. Do you have Bitcoin? I can exchange. No, I don't have Bitcoin. No, I don't have Bitcoin. Everybody wants to know the prices right now. Well, we're gonna just walk on down here. Everybody's still guessing. Many are close on how much do I pay or how much do this Airbnb cost. Now, let me say here, this Airbnb is right here in the area called Westlands, okay? And Westlands is a prominent place where, I'm gonna say where, a middle class living is, what have you, because they got, the Westgate Mall, and then you got this other mall right across the way. And so, yeah, let's see here. Your husband stayed here when he was in Nairobi. Okay. Actually, I was told that yesterday with the African traveler. All right, hold on a second. My signal might go out, family, but I'm getting on this elevator. Yeah, I was told yesterday by African travelers. They said, "Hey, man, shoot, right here," because he came to pick me up. That Watamaya and them stay here at this location right here. So I found it on the internet. I found this on the internet when I was just checking out different Airbnbs and stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna share with you some stuff to look out for. All right, let's see here. Get myself together here. And so you got tenants who live here. We'll just walk out here and just kind of show you the place. These are neighboring buildings that are here, different apartment buildings. You got our security guard that's out this morning. And this right here is Acacia. Acacia Apartments. They have rooms that are for rent. They have rooms Airbnb. And so, okay, so y'all want to know how much I pay. Okay, so with that price there, the you get your internet, you get your Wi-Fi, and then of course you saw it's the studio. The studio, of course, is just a bedroom, kitchenette, bathroom, small living area with your TV, internet, Wi-Fi. I paid $28 a day. That is cheaper doing it long term. I was told that one bedroom apartments, unfurnished, start off at $500 a month. And then I think they got 2 bedroom and 3 bedroom. I don't know. Let's walk over to see the manager. She might be watching this live right now. Let's go up here and see. Let me see. We'll talk to the security. Morning, Mr. Security. How you doing? You want to say hello to people around the world? Yeah, he's a good guy. He's nice. He's a very friendly guy. Says speaks to you, talks with him. I actually walked with him. He was getting off of work, and I walked with him midway down to his bus stop. So he had a haul to walk to get to his bus stop too. So let's see if we have our property manager in here. I'm gonna throw her off guard. Is she in here? Is she? Nah, her door is closed. But we'll see if she's in there. I forgot, today is Sunday too, so yeah, she may not be in there. But yeah, $50. Let's walk outside here. I'm gonna walk down the street, give y'all a shot too of some other apartments right here. I haven't checked into the other ones, but yeah, I mean, this is $500. This is $500. $500 a month for a 1 bedroom and all. And so the prices range. Thank you. So we step outside here, and you got this building here. You got another apartment building. And you got a, all right, we're back online. I accidentally hit that, my screen. Notification came in. So then you got like a We Hotel Suites or something right here. But You could find cheaper Airbnbs. How they do it here is that it's a totally different business than the U.S. And I tell you, you can rent out somebody else's apartment and turn around and sublease it, and I find that amazing. You can't do that in America, in majority of places I've been, as well as in my properties. I ensure you cannot sublet my property out. So it's interesting that you can rent, most African countries I've been to, you can rent out a apartment, you can rent out a house and turn around and sublet it and make profit off of it. So, here, what I'm finding is that a lot of these apartment buildings, people may rent out and they may sublet. Now, the apartment I'm in is ran by a company. So I'm told that they're not individually owned, but they are, it's just apartments. That's the building right there that I'm standing in currently right now. Now, I think the prices are pretty reasonable, but because, shoot, y'all know the expenses. Airbnbs, man, I mean, goodness gracious, I've paid anywhere up from, in the U.S., hotel prices, $150 a night. You'd be fortunate in some cities to even get below 115 bucks or so. But all throughout here in Nairobi, you can find some decent prices. And this area right here is really the prominent area that the middle class and up live. When you come talking about houses, and there's this walking distance right over here is the mall. The mall is just right here. It's called the Westgate Mall over here in the Westlands area. And so then they have just another mall over there. Can't seem to remember the name of that mall. Somebody on this chat may know, but yeah, the cost of the average that I saw Airbnb in this area of Nairobi and all are ranging from, you can go as high as you want. I mean, but for the average, I'm talking, you can get you a 1-bedroom Airbnb or a studio for about in the $20 range. Now, let me hip y'all to some things, okay? I'm gonna hip y'all to some things because, you learn as you travel, and yeah, it's quiet out here, isn't it? You gotta be careful when you renting out some places because, majority of the Airbnbs aren't gonna show you the exteriors. And then you won't even know exactly the location they'll have on the map there when you pick a place or you wanna check out a place. They will have a map, and you hit on the map, but it won't show the address. It will just show somewhere in the vicinity of an area where that place might be. So so anyway, you gotta be careful renting some of these places. I mean, I rented one here in Nairobi. They show you the interior. Some people put a little nice furniture in it and all that right there. And you'll find that when you get there, that exterior might be in a sketchy area. I rented one place out. I called that woman up and I said, hey, I can't stay here. There's just no way I can stay in that place. You had some street people there. It looked like a bomb went off on that place there. And, she hesitantly wanted to refund me my money, but she did. And I'm gonna tell you here too, it's an advantage having a YouTube channel because you can leverage that. You're like, okay, if you don't give my money back, I'm putting a review. Check out my channel. I got thousands of followers, so it doesn't matter. I'll just put a review. I'll do a picture of your building. I will do everything possible because what they mislead you in is showing you, in some places, only it's not even the how the place even looks inside. And this place, I mean, this place here, check it out. This is how bad this place was. When an Uber driver was driving me there, and we approached, and I looked at that place and said, "Man," he said, "I tell you, I would not stay here if I was you. This is a bad place." When a local tell you this is a bad place, you better listen. And so he says, "No, we have to find you another place. We have to find you another place." I said, "Oh yeah, we gonna find us another place." So, so that's one thing to be aware of, is that Airbnb does not disclose exactly where the location is. Number two, they don't show the exterior of the place, and you only see the interior. So you basically, run a risk of renting out a place that may not be the place for you. The other thing you need to be aware of when it comes to renting abroad, okay? Because depending on your prospective places, we're accustomed to different things. You may be in a majority Muslim area. Now, Muslims have call to prayer, and so they like to broadcast it, the time for prayer on microphones, and so on speakers, excuse me, on the speakers. And so sometimes that could be a disturbance for you when you are having the call for prayer, and depending on what country or area you're in, some will run that mic and will recite all praises to Allah. And so you need to be aware of that. Certain countries I've been in, there's one thing about our brothers and sisters here in Africa. It seems like they don't sleep. It's like, when do y'all go to sleep? The last Airbnb I was in, they were up till 3 o'clock in the morning and, carrying on. I'm talking a group of them each night. And it was a hotel. And I don't know if it was the workers or not. I don't know if they were watching soccer games or whatever, or partying. I know they were drinking over there, but some places, I mean, depending on parts of Africa you have, I asked that question: how many hours of sleep do y'all get? And for most, getting 4 hours of sleep. I'm like, 4 hours? Oh yeah, you go to bed about, 10, 11, and then you get up about 3 or 4. And if it's Muslims, they will get up because, their morning prayer. And so you got to be aware of that. So that you're at a disadvantage with Airbnbs. You're disadvantaged because, you don't know, the sounds that you might hear. There are those who, and I'll speak for Ghana. I'll speak for Ghana. In Ghana, certain areas, people can hang out late and just your neighbor can just play music. It ain't like the back in the States, like quiet hours, or disturbing the peace, not disturbing the peace and stuff like that. Nah, it's if your neighbor likes to just carry on, and that's their property. They have every right to carry on. Now, I was told by one that you can always go talk to your neighbor if it's something that's dealing with maybe noise, but in some places it's just how it is. So the Airbnbs, you're at a disadvantage. I was fortunate to get this place here and pick this place, but there are many places you can pick. And so, but you're at a disadvantage because you can't see the exterior. You don't know the noise factor. You don't know its exact location, and so, you got to just take it in stride. But the prices, though, I mean, goodness gracious, $28 a day. If you want to do long term, you can go ahead and bargain that price. Yeah, okay. You could bargain the price. You can, try to get a better deal than what they're asking for. And so, yeah, this is what one part is. Let me walk up here. I know I shouldn't walk around, but man, it's hard to. Yeah, I can't walk down there. I can't because I'm just right around the corner from the mall. Now the mall had a terrorist attack, I guess, a few years ago, and so of course, they're very sketchy about people filming and all that stuff right there. Yeah, location here is Westlands. Yeah, it is crazy, Spawn. You know, the prices that, you can pay here. I mean, and like I said, for a one bedroom apartment here is 500. Now, certain locations you can get it, cost of living is a little cheaper. Will I check out Kasumi City? I don't know. I don't know, you know. I'm in a place in my life, people ask me that, where's your next place you're going? I don't know. I get up in the morning and my wife would tell you this right here. I can get up in the morning and just go. I'm the type of person that um, I can do a last minute trip. I can pack that just the night before taking a long trip, put all my stuff in order, put it in a suitcase, and just roll. And my thought is, as long as I got my wallet and I got my cell phone, whatever else I need, I can pick it up along the way. But I try to make sure I have, the clothes and your undies and stuff like that. But the other thing, let's see, what's other things that being aware of. Um, Those are probably my top three things is that the noise, making sure with the location of, are you around, like I said, a Muslim area where they might have call of prayers? Are you around, what's the location? Where do you sit? Because even here, because I rented out a Airbnb right here, just about 2 miles away. Um, it depend, you can be in a nice area, but then you walk inside a compound and you could be in an older building, and the place could be old and it could be ran down a little, might need updating. Oh yeah, let me say this too. Being accustomed to where you're from, there are some things that when you go to countries, that when you read reviews, because I checked out a couple places, I'm like, how the heck can people give this place a 5? But see, I have a total different output and perspective like everybody else. What may be conducive to you may not be conducive to somebody else. And so I spoke to a sister the other day, just came from America. And she was telling me the place she's staying in had roaches. And I said, yeah, that's probably typical in most places, especially if it's older places, because we're in warmer climates, 24/7 warmer climates. And y'all know, I've been to Miami, Florida, and you can go in one of some of the nicest hotels and you gonna see some critters, running around. And so you don't have to be the hood. It don't have to be the hood. It don't have to, be ran down and all that there. It can be just the climate, the area, and all that there. And of course, she was, she felt a little bit on edge, which I mean, I'm like too. I gotta lay down and I gotta sleep well at night. I can't just be having sometimes critters ripping and running around me. And so yeah, but some people live in certain countries are comfortable with it. They're it's part of the life that you live when it comes to yeah. Texas got flying roaches and them jokers is big. You try to step on one of them and they scoot your foot along the way. But so yeah, it's just sometimes it's a way of life in certain places. So you got to be aware of that too. So you need to ask that question: do you happen to have um, any critters running around? Um, because we don't think about that. Hey, do y'all have any problems with bugs? Do y'all fumigate the place? Um, Other thing you need to think about too in certain place that you stay, especially in a place like I'm staying, because it's the apartment area, and um, certain countries and certain places you go, you're gonna find that people cook outside on the balconies, or they might cook on the exterior of their place. And charcoal is the main source of cooking. Charcoal. And man, I'm gonna tell you that the smell of charcoal is hardcore when you're around it long enough. Um, and here's a different smell of with the charcoal. They prepare their charcoal with wood and burn it, and then it's charcoaled up, and then you use it to cook. So charcoal, you should know that too. That you're gonna smell different aromas. Even in this, I smell different aromas, smells, people cooking, and stuff like that. You know how it is in apartment buildings and stuff. So it ain't no different than anywhere else. Um, but yeah, so it's like the the I'll walk down here to the edge. But $28 I'm spending there for that a night there. I'm gonna stay there. I just extended, so I'm gonna stay there another week, I think. I'm gonna get out here today, and I'm gonna check out a couple other places. I got a couple other apartment slash condo places that that are for sale. And so I'm going to go check those out and just kind of give y'all a feel of maybe how much some stuff costs. And you look like collard greens. Oops. I don't know, those are like either kale or collard greens. I'm not sure. Where my plant people at? That's what it looked like to me. Yeah. Got a plant of those. Yeah, y'all hear those birds? Sukimaki. Okay, Sukimaki is what y'all call them? So yeah, I'm right here in Westlands in Nairobi, Kenya. So we're gonna walk down here on the edge of this right here, just to give y'all just another taste of, this is a residential area. The mall's right around the corner. What time is it here? I'm 8 hours ahead of East Coast. So what time is there in East Coast, somebody? I'm 8 hours ahead. I think it's might about 8:45 maybe right now. Is it cold out there? You know what? It's chilly out here. That's a good question. Nairobi has perfect weather. I mean, okay, so it's 12:18. Okay, yeah, so it is 8:18 here. I gotta be careful, y'all, because you know they drive on the opposite side what we're used to in America. So I did this for me to remember how to, you know, because I almost got hit several times out here because you look the opposite way, which you're so accustomed to looking, and stepping out in that road, and then all of a sudden the car's like honk honk, and you look, oh shoot, that's right, they're on the opposite side. So how I remember now is when I'm walking on the side of the road like I'm doing now. And so I'm right here walking against the curb. So whatever shoulder is on the interior of the road is what how I remember how the traffic is going to approach me. For instance, right now I'm walking down here and the street is on my right shoulder. So for me to remember that, I say to myself, right back. And like you say, I'll be right back, but right back means the road's to my right, and back is where the traffic will be approaching me. Now, when I cross over on the left side of the road, and the road is on my left, I say left face. That's a military term. Left face. You turn your body left. Left face and you turn left. Boom. Left face means then that the left side of the road face is the car's gonna be coming to my face, coming towards me. And this is how I remember, what directions the cars are gonna be coming. So I know that if a car's approaching me from the rear, I know they're on the other side of the road, so I don't have to worry about getting hit because I'm just walking the opposite side. But it's weird though. It's weird. I mean, several times I almost got hit. But let me go back here, turn this camera around here. So we're walking right out here, and all of this out here is, you got people who sell plants and things. So I'm just gonna go here. The mall is just right over these trees. And this road would go around and it can do a U. So these apartments all around here. And up this road here is just, people just sell plants after plants after plants. Yeah. What are your plans for today? I don't know. I don't know. I want to check out, like I did say though, I wanted to check out some properties. I want to check out some properties. Yeah. So what other questions we got in here that I've been missing? Yeah, it's been raining definitely. Definitely it's been raining. Somebody said it was a rainy season. Your second, lastly, take some. You sound nasally. Take some elderberry. Okay. Well, yeah. My drainage will typically run depending on, and it's chilly out here, so you can imagine my body does not like the cold. I will definitely start draining, and when my body hits the cold. Yeah, nobody's walking around but you. Yeah, this is Sunday, you all. So why do you not rent a car? Yes, land and build a night. Why did I not rent a car? I hadn't even looked into a car. I just been getting around Uber, and I just got around Uber, and I didn't ever check. I never checked to see, is my U.S. driver license accepted here? So I just never looked into it. Let's see here. Do you run or jog in the morning? I have not here, but I typically do though. Getting up in the morning doing my exercise is a thing that I have not done. I do a lot of walking though too, so. Any golf courses near there? Where did I see a golf course? There's a golf course somewhere around here. Yeah, Uber prices, are they reasonable? Yeah, they're reasonable. You can get from one location and go 15 minutes, and it costs you $2. About $2.50. You get about 15-minute drive, which would equate to probably, I don't know, 8-9 miles maybe, depending on traffic. Go to Green Park, okay. Yeah, they have some nice homes here. The only problem is you can't even really see them because everything's behind the walls. What's the best coffee shop in town? I know Java House. Java House everybody goes to. That's the main one. You find Java House is like what we would call the so-called Starbucks in America. Okay, what's 3 months on the license? Silent. 3 months on USA license. What does the 3 months represent or mean? Yeah, definitely, Frank, gotta get used to the driving. I mean, you know. Go see the Kenyan runners. Yeah, hey. Where was I? I was over by, was it Ngong Hills area? Ngong Hills, and there was a sister running, and this woman, she had to be in her 40s. And she was sprinting this hill and got up to the hill and just kept on running. I gave her the thumbs up. And she looked at me and kind of just gave the thumbs up. I was like, man, that's powerhouse. And that's when I remember, oh yeah, I'm in Kenya. Those are the Olympic runners that, you know, these jokers run. Yeah, do you have any pets in Africa? Yeah, it's called a safari. No, I'm not joking. You know, I will say this though. I have not seen a lot of dogs running around in most places I've been, unless you get further. I think, where have I seen dogs? I haven't seen a lot of dogs running around, you know. But I did see a dog catcher. They call them what do they call them? A dog catcher, whatever, animal control. I did see an animal control vehicle. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Somebody must be coming in a little later. $20. It's $28 I spent on the building, on Airbnb. This whole area right here is just filled with with apartments. And go to Eastlands, you will see a lot of, but I missed that. You will see a lot of stray dogs. Okay. Yeah, I just haven't seen a lot. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out this stabilizer. Do you see many cyclists there? I saw one brother on a bicycle, geared up, you know, the helmet, the cleat, the shoes, and the body gear on his pants and stuff. I saw one brother, bicyclist. That was it. I can drive with foreign license, okay, for 3 months. Alrighty, that's good to know. Yeah, I just never had the urge to drive here, you know, and definitely it's on the opposite side of the road, and yeah, I just have not done it, you know. I had not done it, but let me go through this gate here. So those who's coming back in, this is the apartment, Acacia Apartments. And they're entering in. Between Nairobi and Mombasa, where do you prefer? Mombasa, I would prefer Mombasa. Mombasa is nice and warm for me. Y'all know I like the heat. I like the heat. I can't stand the cold. I do way better in the warm, you know, the warmth. What typical breakfast in Kenya? Fruits. I'm trying to think, what breakfast cause I'm not a breakfast person. I'm not a breakfast person. I can't even tell you that. I'm trying to remember when my wife was here, we were eating at the hotel. They had the fruits, the eggs, toast, some of their staples, I think. Interesting thing is the baked beans, you know, we call them pork and beans, you know what I mean? But I never had them as far as here while I'm here. But they have those, like the beans. Yeah. Pancakes without syrup in a day in Kenya, I was pissed. Yeah, where was we? I think that was Tanzania. I can't remember now. Where, yeah, it was, I didn't care for the pancakes when my wife and them were here. How's the weather? The weather here is good. I mean, it's comfortable. Definitely, it's nice and cool this morning. I wish it was just a little warmer, but I mean, it's cool and it don't get too hot at all. So Nairobi is totally different weather pattern than Mombasa. And Nairobi is about 5,500 feet above sea level. And there are different, so the elevation, of course, is cooler here. Spawn say grits is corn. Yeah, their grits they have is ugali. That's their staple. One of their staple foods is ugali, and I tell them this is just nothing but grits, but it's hardened almost like, and then they can pinch off of it, and then they dip it into their food and stuff like that. So ugali is definitely a staple here. Yeah, it's definitely cool out here. Watching from China. All right. Any plans to visit some of the villages? I have. I'm supposed to reconnect back with Brother Kunga. He's got his farm out there. We're gonna check that out. And then African Traveler. I guess we'll probably reconnect again, and want to do a collab with him and African Tigers. Be back next week Thursday, she said. So hopefully they can show me, you know, a village. Oh, okay. African boy says you love camel meat. I was told you can find camel meat and they eat camel meat. That's what I was told. Is marijuana legal there? I don't know. I don't search for it, but I know it's here. I don't search for it. I don't think it's legal at all here. Rachel, when your wife and daughter when your wife and daughter join you, will your daughter attend one of the private schools or international schools? Nah, she won't be joining. Serenity, she has her father. I'm stepdad, so she has the benefit of having two males in her life. So um, yeah, my wife will be coming back and forth, and Serenity definitely will be staying back for school and with her family and stuff like that. Her other side. Do you prefer living at the city center or the countryside? I got to get out to the countryside. I like both because of the walkability. I like the city because you can just take off walking and you hit all these different pockets of living. I like that. Yeah, Kenya is so huge, and I just scratched the surface on some places, and I tried to just give y'all a taste of it. This is an apartment building, Airbnbs they have up in here. $28 for the studio I'm paying. Yep, I just answered your question. Have you considered malaria prevention? Nah, I haven't. I got the pills. I haven't taken them. My wife and Serenity was here. They were taking them, but I haven't taken any of the malaria pills. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice place. So, hey, yes, I'm still in Kenya. By the way, camel meat is raw served as a dish. I ain't eating no raw meat. Can't do that. When are me and JT going to collab? Hey, he said he was going to head back out this way. I don't know where he is now. I saw one of his videos, I think yesterday. I'm not sure if he's in Nigeria or is he back here. I'm going back to Tanzania. I'm gonna be going back in February. I'm gonna leave here, go to Mombasa, then just head on back there, and I'm gonna camp out in Tanzania. And I did a poll with you all, and so I got to do my homework on Botswana. Majority of people want me to go visit Botswana, so I will be going on to Botswana. Probably, I got to see the conditions. I got to see what the COVID is and all. I like to take that trip there in February. Go out there for maybe a week or two and get a taste of Botswana. But I got to see what the COVID and all that stuff is. Mombasa is more hotter than Vegas. Oh, okay. Yeah. Watching with my 5-year-old daughter. Okay. Hello, 5-year-old daughter. Rwanda. When are you going back? Okay, I'll answer that one. Am I be moving to Tanzania? Well, I'm not sure, like moving, but I'm definitely gonna get me a place. I'll maybe have me a place to stay and just kind of, chill out there and watch which countries are going to be embracing the vaccine. And then I'm going to make my decision on where I'm kind of just lay low as far as touchdowning and all that right there. How can I reach your brother? Go black to Africa at gmail.com. Yeah, I haven't decided where I want to settle. I'm not a settling type of guy. I mean, where I might just have a home base maybe. Like I said, Tanzania. When are you going to Nigeria? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. I'm not sure. Let's see what else we had to say here. Mombasa, what's it? Botswana. I can't even speak now. Botswana is a very good country. Very few people coming from Kenya. It's almost eerie, but very strong economy. Yeah, I want to check that out. I want to check it out. How's Swahili for you? Just the typical, mumbo, jumbo, asante sana. Yeah. I've been asking a lot of questions about Swahili. You know, how do you say this? How you say that? But it's the repetition that for me, that in order for me to pick it up, and and then trying to be around people who speak the language. You know, but I'm going to learn it because I got a couple of people there in Tanzania that I plan on spending a little bit more time with. So I'm definitely going to pick the language up. Definitely. All right, Asa Views. You live in Nairobi? Okay, good. Zanzibar, yeah, I was already in Zanzibar, but I will be going back. And I haven't decided if I'm going to go to, when I leave here, I got to go back to Mombasa. I'm going to go to Zanzibar or go straight over to Dar es Salaam, and then take the boat back. We'll see. Do you have plans to visit was that Kikuyu tribe, Black Panther tribe in Kenya? I'm not sure. I've heard of them. I heard this history, a little bit of them. I'm not sure. Like my hair, thanks. Appreciate it. You know, it's funny. I even got these my hair kind of braided up and all. I'm a funny type of person about strangly hair, and that's what I'm looking at like, ugh. Have you experienced any long blackouts in Nairobi? I have not experienced anything. The electricity did flicker one time, but nah, I haven't. And the interesting thing is, in majority of the countries I've been to, there hasn't been any really long any blackouts or whatever for a long extended period of time. Ghana, probably I have had more. I think it was 4 times I was there, but it wasn't long extended period of time. Okay, African traveler is Kikuyu. All right, okay. Oh, hey, somebody say Jumbo, watching from Seattle. Hey, Karibu. Yeah, so yeah, I want to show y'all these right here just to give you a taste of the this apartment area and the cost of the Airbnb. And so they got tenants here. It is 48 units that is in this building, I was told. And I think she said that like 35 of them are being, 35 of them are right now rented out. COVID has changed a lot of things, and that's why some of these prices are at a cheaper cost because of COVID. That's what I'm told. And you know, so people are scrambling, trying to make a little money off of their property. How was the water in Ghana? I'm not in Ghana. I don't even want to talk about Ghana. Water, I can tell you right here. Water everywhere I've been has been bottled. So it's been bottled. I don't drink tap water. I don't drink tap water in America. You know, I don't drink tap water in America. So it's bottled water. I'll show you right here as I approach and I'll do another walkthrough on my room. Yep. Appreciate that, Marcus Love. Say get the likes up. Go back here so y'all can see. For those who have just joined in, $28 for for a studio. You got your TV, cable comes with it, with the price, as well as internet. Got a Wi-Fi. Just so you got your sitting area right here. You got your closet space. You got, man, you step into your little bedroom, because this is a studio. Then you got your kitchenette here. I'm trying to work this, work my gimbal here. Hold 1 second. got the kitchenette here. Then you got your microwave, and you have your refrigerator. Okay, I got it straight now. This thing here. All right, let's see here. Then you got your bathroom. I'm trying to straighten out this gimbal that I'm holding. Shower. Somebody help me who's from Kenya, Nairobi area. I haven't seen tubs. Majority of places I've stayed in all the hotels and all, and in the Airbnbs, are tubs. There's no tubs that I've seen. So, are there tubs or just showers in Nairobi, Kenya? Have I tried cooking? No, I haven't tried no cooking as of yet. I did say I'm going to the grocery store to go ahead and get some stuff. Fridge tour. Let's see. All right. Fridge. This is the freezer. As I said, I was gonna go to the store. I cut me up a pineapple yesterday though, or last night. My water, pineapple, a little grape juice. Yeah. So yeah, family, that right there is the tour of the place right here. There again, like I said, you gotta be careful when you're doing Airbnb, especially when you're traveling, because people live in different types of they live differently, and everybody has their own way of living. I'm a funny type of dude in a sense where I lay my head at. So definitely you have to ask the questions when you're traveling. And like I said, my top three things that one should be aware of is the location, which Airbnb does not disclose that the location of the place that you might be looking at. The interior might be looking good, but boy, like I said, I rolled up on one, and man, just call me Brian, nice place. Hey, thanks a lot, Brian, for giving. I might be able to stay an extra day here now. Yeah, shoo, I thought I was gonna be homeless, y'all. Thanks a lot, Brian. What was I saying? The three things that I think stand out. One, they don't disclose the outside of the building or the location. And so I rode up on one, and I'm telling you, man, there was people laying on the street. I mean, it looked like a big, massive Mack truck went, and it was like a muddy road and splashed all over the buildings. It looked like really like a bomb went off, and I didn't even bother to go look inside. And so, but today here is Sunday, and I'm gonna be walking around. I'm not even sure if things are open up for me to go check out some condos and some apartments that are for sale that I saw. But I want to. So it's a laid back day today. Anthony Robinson. All right. Hey, appreciate you giving, man. Yeah. That's gonna go along with the last one, so I can get an extra day. John B, man, y'all too kind, man. Y'all too kind. Y'all are too kind. Thanks for giving. Thanks for giving. I appreciate that right there. There again too, like I shared, hey, for what is given, I also will turn around and give, and we will be reaching out. We have already given, because you all are also those who give, just by even watching and by giving. We just gave to the school there in over in Cabera, and so food, was food that was given. 3 big bags of rice and 2 bags of beans and peas, and a whole case of mesa flour, 2 big tubs of oil, sugar. Leo Gosper, would you prefer to build from scratch or buy a rebuilt house? And what are your reasons? Okay, let me finish this up and I'll get back to that. So we bought a lot of stuff, the candy for the kids, the cookies and biscuits and all that stuff right there. It was great, only because of you all. Um, I have been told, Leo, that it is better, check this out, y'all. It's better to build your own house instead of already built. Now that's the opposite in America. You try to build a house in America, it's gonna cost you more than already a house that's already built. Well, let me retract that. Depends on, I guess, where you are. Places I've searched and researched because I'm into properties and real estate, it is more expensive to have your house built because these builders build per square foot, and the cost of materials are so expensive, and also the labor. And so even when I was looking at, possibly building a hotel or something like that, not a hotel, excuse me. Yeah, something like, like an apartment building, small apartment building, 15, 20 unit building, too costly. Here, it's different. So, yeah, it's definitely different. And so yeah, but I want to kind of get a hold of some property, some ideas of some property. And what is that? Matter of fact, Leo, where are you? Where are you right now? Because it says NOK. What is that currency? Is there many churches in the area? Amazing enough, I have not seen a lot of churches, but their churches that I've seen, like in some of the African countries, are not like building structures. They're in like plaza buildings and stuff like that. But I have not seen a lot of churches. I haven't. Uh, yeah. What else we got here? So do okay. That's somebody else. Yeah. So it's Sunday, y'all, and let me give a word. Let me give a word of encouragement. I like to just sometimes just give just a little spill, because I think that at times, in life, we are in different places. I'm gonna say to each and every one of y'all, stay strong. Um, Keep your eyes on the prize, as they would say. In other words, stay focused. I would say. Um, I've already said that, hey, each day goes by brings a new adventure, brings a new situation, and so um, build your strength mentally, spiritually, so when the days come, um, you're not blindsided, and that you will have something at least to hold on to when it comes to dealing with the life situation that comes into your life. Nobody escapes it, and this year is going to be no different than any other year. We are going to have situations in our lives that's going to happen, and we have to be prepared for it. And no, you can never be prepared to where you can be able to deal with it. But I say, you know, for those who are in a place to believe in a higher being or what have you, and those who have encouraging words that they hold on to, whether it's scroll scriptures or words from philosophers or whoever it might be, hold on to them, because life brings us situations to where it throws us off guard, and we just got to be strong. Got to be strong. you know how do you find the people? I find the people really friendly and nice. You speak to them, they're gonna speak to you. I don't stand out, so it's not like people look at me and all that right there. Some people call me Rasta because of my hair, but people are friendly. Do I read scriptures? The scattered 12. I used to study the scriptures, because there, for those who know, I graduated from Christianity. I don't call myself Christian anymore. I don't limit myself like that. But yes, I study those scriptures. I've been in it for many a year. So there's a lot of the writings that still I hold near and dear, that I have found out in my life experience. These were words of wisdom that was left to us to be able to hold on to and recognize that these days that we come in, they're coming. The days are coming. Perilous times or troubles and trials, They're coming, and no man will escape it. And so I will say that, hey, prepare yourself, strengthen yourself spiritually. I don't want to get on no pedestal or start preaching to people, but I do know that, in life that we live, situations happen. And you all know what's going on right now in the prospective countries that you are in. George, thank you for your giving. I appreciate that. Somebody said, thank you, not Christian. I got out from calling myself Christian because the labels and how you perceive yourself to be something will definitely limit you. And when I removed that label, I became so much free. I became so much open. I mean, where I was open to more people and people were open to me. And no, I don't speak. I don't. Do they speak to you in Swahili? Yeah, people always come and speak up to me, and I say English. Yeah, because we all. Hey, let me say this right here too. We're talking about labels now, because in America, we say we're black. You lose being black when you come to Africa, because you're not referenced as a color when you are a majority people. So you're not a black here in Africa. Why would you sit around and say us black people when we're all just here, all look alike and the same? You don't have to reference. Now, a white person becomes a white person because they're the minority here. So you're like, ooh, look at that white person. But we don't refer to ours. I found that Africans don't refer to themselves as a color. What they've referred to themselves really is the country they live in, first and foremost. Audacious Queen Z. That's what I love about you. You don't box yourself into religion. I don't box. I appreciate that. I don't, I'm going to tell y'all right here. I had to learn this, y'all. All these titles and labels that we refer to ourselves is a killer. Where's the best lock shop in Tanzania? I'm not sure. I haven't been there. I'm right here in Nairobi, Kenya right now. I've been to Tanzania, but I haven't been to a lock shop or anything. But the labels, y'all, just think about this. And this is going to help somebody. I'm glad we're on this right here. This is going to help somebody for real. And when every label you tear off yourself, you're going to take a step higher or step forward. Because, us four and no more in this mindset thinking that, oh, we're the right and y'all are wrong. Or, hey, I don't care if you were part of a fraternity. I just never been part of that. I just never been part of groups. I ain't never been tied. I never tie myself to those different labels, except for when I used to call myself a Christian. And I used to look down on people years ago. I used to think that I was right and everybody was wrong and all that right there. Not no more. No. Oh yeah, I'm quite sure Kenya's got a lot of churches out there, especially Catholic. And I can't wait till Africa really wake up and understand what the Catholic Church really is about. Do you think that we are the Hebrews? The Hebrews the Bible speaks about. In the Bible, yes, first let me say yes. I would say most definitely yes. I mean, it's just no way around that. You cannot say that this book, if you will, I don't like to refer to as a book. I look at like this is what man has gathered up scrolls and conglomerated together to create a book. But there are many stories told. That book is nothing more than diaries, poems, accounts of what has transpired over the years, and they've put them together. Psalms that are in there, history that's all conglomerated together. Let's talk about the Old Testament then, if you want to ask that story. Yes, it's how can it talks about those who being led away in ships and being sent across different landmass or countries or whatever. We the only ones who's been that way, Now, I find that I'm very skeptical about a lot of how the stories have been translated. So I just keep the bigger picture in mind, and then there's a lot of stuff in there has been mistranslated because of languages that I don't hold concrete to. How much does a house cost on the continent? I'm not sure what you're referring to. That right there, question I cannot answer. Am I comfortable? I think it's referring to me. I'm very comfortable. I'm gonna tell y'all, I can't describe it, y'all. Now, it must be very comfortable for me when you tell your wife that I can't come back to America. Can't come back. Not in this day and time, I can't. And that ain't got nothing to do with America. It got to do with the peace of what I find. I am so comfortable. Every day when I walk out there around the brothers and sisters walking, people coming from the jobs and suits and clothes, and then you find that there's other people out here just working hard and pushing carts and all that right there. And every time I catch myself smiling, and I'm like, I'm surrounded by our people. Man, it's a feeling I cannot describe. Now, some people are going to say, well, hey, I live in the ATL. I live in Washington, D.C. I live in a predominantly black area and all that right there. It's a total different feeling. I've lived in Washington, D.C. for some years, and I've been in Atlanta 100 times. I've been to every major city in America. I told y'all, I've visited all 50 states. So it's a totally different feeling. Totally different feeling. So yeah, I'm very comfortable. Hey, I likes that, Sikmet. You said, I ain't no dag Hebrew. See, that's what I'm saying. Don't label yourself. When you label yourself, you trap yourself. I'm trying to get some of the people, when I talk to in conversations, and people take pride in, I'm Kenyan, I'm this and that. You really want to call yourself something that the Brits named your country? There was no, I'm this, I'm that. Now, some people say, hey, we're part of this tribe, that part of that tribe. And I understand that right there is a reference of a culture. And sometimes pride gets in the way to where now you think you better than somebody else instead of appreciating, hey, this is how we do things. Hey, that's how they do things. And that's cool, but we still are one. Yeah, I'm not no Hebrew. I'm not no Christian. I'm not no American. I just am. And people don't understand that. When the Creator was trying to explain that I am the protector, I am a provider, I am omnipresent, I am all knowing, I am. That is when you all, family, will get to a place that now you don't have to worry about what people think about you. You don't have to worry about associations or being, kicked out or, discredited or, you was disapproved in entering into this group, this organization, yeah, we are all equal. Bob, I see a little different than that. Because what do you mean equal? I mean, because I believe, no, I know. I ain't gonna say believe because beliefs change. I know we are all different. All different. Physically, spiritually, and mentally, we are all different. You better believe it. Yeah, yeah, we're not all equal. We are all created in the image of God. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to say, what is the image? What does that image mean? These questions I had to ask myself when I was rocking and rolling in the Christianity, and my nose was pressed against the paper and studying. When I was going through college, and then I graduated college, then I went on pressing forward into the Christian faith and all that right there. I got to a place where, there were some things that I knew that I was following from past or teachings that they didn't even understand what they were saying. And so we got to be careful with words we say. Image, which image mean? I'm not sure what image means. I mean, I get what image in the likeness of. Okay, yeah. This is powerful. This is powerful, fam. But, we got to be careful of how we label ourselves. This is all, think about this. This is how dissensions happen. This is how divisions happen. When one thinks they're better than another, they would want to go ahead and stand out. Oh, George, here's your question. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. I hear that, and it sounds great and sweet, and people say it, and it's a saying that people have taken on and run with. Okay, we are in a fleshly body, but we are spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay. Jerry, am I tripping or you're speaking to somebody else? I'm always tripping. Arbun not. For your chai tea, Maji H20 and Na Chuma barbecue Tuko Pamoja. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to practice those. Thanks a lot for giving. I appreciate that. Ooh, Shell Stewart got a very good question. Do you feel like you're still looking for something out of life, or that you're content where you are, mentally, spiritually? I used to be on a journey exteriorly and interiorly and trying to find and look for some answers. And I find for myself, I'm looking for nothing. I found it already. And what did I find? I found out the meaning of life. Some people gonna say now, what is the meaning of life? That's what the number one question. For me, the meaning of life is to live and be. All this stuff we've been told about purpose-driven life and, go out here and do and accomplish and goals, dreams, aspirations. These are layers of confusion that we have bogged ourselves down with. And then we go out here trying to find where we should be part of when we're connected to everything. So I found in my life, just be. Now, if you have an interest in doing something, do it. But don't dare label yourself that you are one thing. That's what our parents raised us into being. Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? You mean what I want to be when I grow up? I am everything. What do I choose to do when I get of age or whatever? And why is it gotta be, you gotta wait till you grow up? I am that I am. I be glorified, God Almighty. I am that I am. Because the question when you somebody, I've had people ask me this right here. They say, well, I mean, what are you? I am. I am what? That what? That I am. Because people want to box you in. They want to find out. So are you Christian, Muslim? What are you? I mean, you never identify yourself with anything, but you speak different things and you speak sometimes of this and that. I am that I am. I am that I am. I could sit here and be a Muslim in a second and be a Christian if you want, depending on where I am. Yeah. One of the most dangerous things that we tell people in America is that you can be whatever you want to be. That's the biggest lie ever. You cannot be whatever you want to be, because we see that people have following that. So they like, oh, I'm a male. I choose to be a woman today. And I'm going to change my sex. Well, you can do that. But the truth always lies in the chemistry of your body. You can cut off and you can add to, but it's just who that you are physically. How many people out there never reached a goal? How many of y'all strived to be something and them doors never open up? You can't be whatever you want to be. How are you going to be whatever you want to be? I don't get that. But it sounds good though, family. We know that's true. Hey, you want to motivate your children and you tell them, you could be whatever you want to be when you grow up. All right, here comes the depression. Here comes some issues because they're going to find out not everything that you want to be will be open to you. And I've watched people suffer many a year because they were upset because, they didn't get what they want. They didn't go down, didn't get accomplish what they wanted, desired. How many people, out there who, let's talk about sports. You didn't get the championship you wanted. You didn't get the gold medal you wanted. You didn't get the job you wanted. You didn't get the position you wanted. You aspired to be, the CEO of this company or president or whatever, and you didn't get it. But you were told you could be whatever you want to be. That's not true. When I say that I am all things, that I am. I am a champion. Do you think I need the man to give me a gold medal to tell me I am great at what I do? Do you think I need to be the so-called sitting in a chair in a corporation to say I'm the CEO? I am the CEO of my life. I oversee and should oversee everything in my life. So yes, I am the president of my household. It's all in how you see it, I am rich in experience, yet I'm poor when it comes to other things. I am that I am. I'm very smart when it comes to different subject matters, but ignorant to a lot of other matters. See, that's the duality of life that I like to look at, family, is that, that I am that I am. I'm good looking, yet I can be ugly too. Jacob says, do you believe in God? I like that question. I can't answer until you explain to me, who do you say God is? Because everybody got a different answer. I remember the first time I was going to come to Africa, my family didn't want me coming, and this was about 8 years ago. My brother, he said this right here. Yo, man, what about one of them jokers get over there, man, and put a gun in your head and say, man, do you believe in Jesus? And I said, I would have to ask him, who is Jesus to him? You don't just answer a question without understanding a person's position. Sometimes you don't understand what a person's position is, because that person might be like, Jesus was a crazy person, or Jesus was a liar, or whatever. I don't know what. That's why we are all different. Do we have the Baha'i temples? I'm not sure. I don't even know what Baha'i. I told you, I'm dumb at certain things, ignorant at certain things. Please explain to me. I don't know. I'm one of those going to tell you, I'm not going to fake like I know something, I'm smart in some things and I'm ignorant in other things. The proper name for Jesus is Yahweh. See, that's a good statement. Is it really? The proper name? Who said proper? What is proper? What is it proper to you to say that Jesus' proper name is Yahweh? Because you're going to have somebody else say, no, it's not. Yeshua is the proper name. El Shaddai is the proper name. But who is Jesus to you, though? See, that's what we tongue wrestle with. And that's how we get in debates and arguments. Because somebody, not to try to call you out or anything like that, Terry, but somebody told you Yahweh was the proper name. Somebody told you that. You read that from somewhere. But the question of it is, who told them that? God makes people inferior, says John. Please explain, who told you that God makes people inferior? Where do we get all this information from? That's why I'd rather stick in sometimes, I don't know. How am I going to sit here and say that I know this much of the Creator? this much. Well, let me put a little space in there. I know that much. That's all I know. And that's because of my life experience. But to say I know all in totality of this creator that's out there, every time I think I know, there's something else that pops up. I'm like, dang, I guess I don't know everything. Well, we don't know who told who what, you know. We all have a different reference of information that we get to, you know. Yeah, white man has written books, black man have written books, and all other people have written books. But the question of it is where did they get their information? And so that can go on from back to back to back, the years, the years, the years, and the years. And so we will tongue wrestle. We will argue, debate over, no, it's not. Look, let me show you right here. Okay, you referenced an individual. Where did they get their information from? And then the other person's arguing, no, it ain't. Look at right here. And you're referencing somebody else's material. Where did they get that information from? And then we walk in ignorance instead of saying, you know what? Let me go ahead back to what the sister asked me. What are you looking for something? Sometimes life is going to take you on a journey of research so you can find out for yourself. Have I read Rick Ross' book? No, I haven't. Which Rick Ross? Because there's several Rick Ross. Yeah, information was passed down, fam. And every time, there again, you know, y'all have heard me say this, fam. You know, every time you whisper a word in somebody's ear, they will take and internalize those words you said and will speak it out in how they perceived it to be. And so now there goes the change number one. How many times we say something to somebody, you know, we say something family to somebody and they're like, but I thought you meant, I didn't, and you say, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. You told me. No, I didn't mean that. Man, communication is a destroyer because each word, that's why I'm carefully, when somebody asks me a question, I'm carefully looking at the words you're asking, and then I have to refer and ask you, what do you mean by that? Because all these words, we have different meanings. Do you believe in God? Who do you say God is first before I answer that? Because I don't know what your definition of God is. Your God could be a rock. Do you believe in God? And I say yes. Then all of a sudden now, I done boxed myself in. Airbnb ideas. Yes, you missed it. Airbnb ideas. I shared about the Airbnb ideas. You have to go back. We kind of now moved into, just, communication and all. We just, hey, we chopping it up here, Do you believe the Holy Bible, the King James, the Bible? No. What do I mean by that? Let me explain, because now somebody say, yes, see, I was telling him. I was telling my family that Bible. See, you mentioned certain words in there that I have to say. I gave you an answer. Do you believe? See that word believe? And then in the King James Bible, word Bible. Do you believe the Holy Bible, the King James Bible? So do you believe in that Bible or what's inside the Bible? Do you believe the Holy Bible, the King James Bible? So you said believe. You said the Holy Bible, the King James Bible. Do I believe? I do believe it exists because we can see it and touch it. Far as what is in it, do I believe in it? Let me tell you something. There are lies in the Bible and there are truths in the Bible. And based upon how a man reads it, he can fall to the truth or the lie. Let me explain it to you. You know how people are. They'll grab a scripture, run with it, and say, see, this is what it says in the Bible. But unless you understand the whole thing within it, you might miss a few things. So we do know that Satan in the Bible has said many of things and have referred to certain things. Now, there are people out here who don't even understand by reading some of what might be referenced, what has been said. Is it so? So you can find that even Satan said, turn this bread into stone, or leap off of the mountain and let God save you. Or he said that, and I say he as a reference because it's not he, it's a spirit. That's all it is. I would call Satan nothing more than your ego. That's all it is. But you're going to find that there are references and people who speak that these were lies. But if you run away with the scroll, I mean, with with only a verse, you're gonna wind up going out here preaching like some preachers do. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you a better example of that. Malachi 10th chapter, 3rd verse. Would a man rob God? And it talks about you not giving tithes. And have I not opened up the windows of heaven and poured out to you a blessing? But you have robbed God. Now, see, preachers have preached that scripture for many a years, putting it on the consciousness and the guilt of man. Now, the problem of it is those people who don't read the Bible, they will run away with that and say, see, you're not tithing. That's why you're cursed. But the point of the matter is the book, right, of Malachi was referencing the Levites. So the preacher man took a verse, turned it and applied it to you when it was speaking of the Levites who were running the temples. So no, do I believe in the Bible? I believe some things in it, but there are some things I don't. African boy, can you stop stressing over that right now? I'm not sure if you're talking to me or not. If you are, hey, I can stop stressing over that right now, African boy. Guess how? You can go ahead and click, and now I stop stressing over it. And if you're talking to somebody else, they can always stop stressing over something because you're on social media and you can always disconnect. All right, so fam, let's see what else we got. Any other questions, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here because I'm gonna get myself together and I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna venture out there and I'm going to allow life to present something interesting to me that I can capture and share with you all. Let me make sure I'm missing any other questions. Let's see here. Yeah, this kind of turned into people inquiring about scrolls and scriptures and Bibles and all that right there. Been an argument for years, y'all. There have been wars because of the Bible. There has been wars because of the Quran. And if people know the history, they would know that. How do people become Christians? By the muzzle of the gun. How do people become Muslims? We're talking about majority of people. By the sword. General Mahdi said, if you believe in Jesus, you already lost. Well, see, there again, family, it all depends on his definition of what Jesus is. What is Jesus to you? We got to be careful when we listen to what people say, because even I don't really listen to exactly all the things that I say. I'm just sharing some of the things in my life experience and how I perceive things to be. But I do know one thing. I'm not ignorant enough to run away with a question and then give you an answer and then going to speak out of the side of my neck as though that I know. I can only reference what has been given me and what is in me. That's the same thing that we see on YouTube. Isn't it true? We see people on YouTube giving all this information and knowledge, and then when you ask them for their credentials, they can't even give that. They read one paragraph and they think they are masters. Mauri Muhammad said, pastors are frauds. Are you generalizing? I know a pastor who happens to be my father-in-law. That man right there is not no fraud. And I'm going to tell you why. That man has lived a life dedicated to being in a position that he took very seriously. He has a reputation of giving so much to people that to this day, he's been 51 years pastoring. Listen to this right here, because we want to generalize. This man has given so much, and over the 51 years, people have come in and out of his life, and he's come in and out of so many people's lives. And that this man right here has done so much in helping and providing and giving to people. Do you know he's 89 years old? He will walk out to, he goes every morning to get his ships. He calls it his ships. He has bundles of mail like this, letters. He has cards. And these people who talk about, who may not even seen him years ago, they moved to different, there are people who send him all these love gifts and offerings and great words of how he has been an upright standing man, how he has encouraged and motivated them. This man to this day still writes with a pen. He don't do emails. He takes time out to write to people. He will send, I hope my wife is watching it because she's laughing. She'll be like, he sure does. It blows my mind that this 89-year-old man has done so much. And when he opens up the envelopes, because of his blessing people and kind and help and all that for people, and he wasn't a man that stole and begged from people and all that right there, I'm going to tell you, the amount of money this man receives from people. Check $50, check $100, check $75. And what they're saying, I want to bless you because you have blessed me over the years so much. Thank you for taking the time out to send a card to me and my family. You have never forgotten us over the years. This is what this man does, and he's a pastor. So if you want to generalize, you could generalize. Because where you could say someone is, I can find somebody who's opposite. That's life. My wife, she will write thank you cards. She was brought up that way. She is not going to give you, she's going to show you the generosity that you, and the time that you put in to give or to just say hello or wish a happy birthday. She's going to give that same energy back. Now me, thank you, email, text, but her and her dad, she got it from her dad. Her dad is well known at the post office. They live at the post office. She was brought up at the post office out of all the mail that he has done. Matter of fact, when we go on our little trips, she takes pictures of the post office. Jacob, if you don't like the topic that I'm speaking of, I don't have to refocus anything. You can click and go elsewhere. Yeah. I'm not on no topic. Let me share something with y'all, folks. I don't plan anything. I allow these conversations to go the way sometimes what questions that you ask. The topic was over whatever I put up on the front. What says that we can't extend into something else? See, that's the box. We so trapped into the box. That's that box thinking I'm talking about. Free your mind. Take out the garbage. Renew it. Because if you're going to stand on old schools of thoughts, I'm sorry, the day's coming. It's coming. Thank you very much, Beyond Blessed, for the kind words about my wife. My wife is precious, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all. And any man finds a wife like my wife, I'm going to say this right here. You are blessed. Anybody who has a spirit, I don't care if a man or female, women beyond blessed. I'm not sure if you male nor female, but any person who has, and that's what makes my wife precious. It's her spirit. Do you find women humble there in Africa? Humble. I can't speak for all women. What is your definition of humble? I mean, I know what you mean when you say humble, but I think I know what you mean. But explain to me what humble mean, because some people say humility could be a form of dress, a way of speaking, a way of, I don't know. There's a many words. Humble you mean as submit. See, somebody's asking, humble you mean as submission. There's so many questions that I can pull out of that. Somebody's wanting to know too. That's why questions are dangerous when you give answers, family. Be cautious when you answer people's questions. You got to find out what is their meaning of that question. John says, I can't wait to find me a sister in Africa. All right, John. Yeah. You know, but hey, keep this in mind too. That sister might be next door to you, wherever country you're in. How you feel about the Africa Free Trade Agreement? From what I hear, and what I understand, there's a lot I don't understand about it, but I think it's going to be great to open up the borders so that Africa can do trade throughout the continent, and makes it a whole lot easier and makes Africa a lot stronger to be able to rely and depend on one another as brothers instead of the outside forces. Where in Africa do you feel at home? The place I lay my head. I'm at home wherever I lay my head here in this continent. Now, you know that ain't true in certain parts of America. And I've traveled that joker. You know, I've done some long overnight drives, and he had to stop at a hotel and be letting me get on in here and get out of here. And there were some counties and some cities and states I bypassed. Here, wherever I lay my head. But, okay, now here comes the but. Will Africa do good deals? What's considered a good deal? What is a good deal? It's like, what is a good price when you go out here and you bargain with people like, hey, let me get that. Somebody like, this is $5. A good deal is only what you're willing to pay for, or willing and able to purchase, whatever. That's to each individual. What do you think about corruption in Africa? Corruption is the same thing about America. And I still say America in the Western world, Europe is the biggest corrupt place there is. And let's keep in mind, it always takes two people to be corrupt. What do I mean by that? If somebody's corrupt, that means there's a giver in it, and you're the receiver. And people don't want to always acknowledge that Europeans are the ones who are typically the ones trying to have control of the leaderships here to keep them in control, and they are the receiver, they're the givers in the matter. Would you, if you had a chance, would you visit Asia countries like Japan? Yes. That is the only place in the world I have not been, is Asia and Australia. Now, there are islands and stuff like that I haven't been to. I haven't been to every country either. But I'm saying, as far as the regions are concerned, or the continents, I have not been to Asia, and me and my wife plan on doing that hopefully this year. Because Japan is one place that I do have in mind. Korea, Thailand, Cambodia, those places like that. Maybe Philippines. Terry Gregg, America created corruption all around the world. Well, I'm not going to say that they created corruption. I think corruption has always been that. I'm corrupt in certain things. Let me explain. Because people say, oh my God, he's corrupt. Let me give you an example. Sometimes you find yourself do things that you're like, man, wow. We was right here in Kenya. We're supposed to be going on our trip. We were told we were supposed to get our so-called, our COVID test done at one facility. We had everything planned out. Our tour guy who arrived in his Jeep to take us up to Masimara, took us over, kind of to take us over there to get our COVID test. The place they told us to go to was closed. They had a note on the door. I guess they decided to close that day. Now, we were on a time schedule that we had to go up to Masimara. Turned around that he took us across over to another place. Now, we got up early in the morning so that we could be the first in line. That's what I like to do. Be there ahead of time, get in and get out. But this place decide that they're going to close. We drive across town to get to another place to take the COVID test. Mass loads of people are there. And we got to get to the place. We got 5.5 hour drive to get up to Masimara so that we can at least not waste a day and start on our venture out there on the safari. So our tour guide gets there. He says, let me go talk to the guy, see if there's anything we can do because, you know, hey, we got to get on this road, this and that. He comes back. He says, okay, the guy says that, yeah, if you pay him this, he'll go ahead and take your paperwork, give it to the people, and then we can get you in and out of here. Is that part of corruption? Africa is the richest continent, but corruption has messed us up. You know, corruption's everywhere. And what is the definition of corruption? What is the definition of corruption? Africa is so corrupt. Just look at the people. People are poor, poor. Look at America. People are poor, poor. I think some people need to really get out and look at America. Me and my wife, we did a New England tour, knock out these states, and when we were in America, right? I totally forgot how poor white people were. When you go to West Virginia, Pennsylvania, when you go to Rhode Island, Boston, or Massachusetts, when you go to Upper New York, when you go to Maine, my gosh, I ain't never seen so many white ghettos in my life. I was like, I totally forgot. Then moved back to Ohio. Man, all the white hoods, I was like, I totally forgot. When you live out in some of these suburban areas around bigger cities, and you think black people are just poor, my goodness, man, come on. America is poor. It's just pockets of cities where it's thriving. You get outside of those cities and you start venturing around America, people ain't got no money. People are struggling. Homelessness in America? Oh my goodness, let's not even talk about that. Let's talk about the corruption. The corruption in America is so huge. It's just, it's covert. It's not open and like, you know, here, you know, yeah, you might have the police that stop you and then, you know, you're going to have to give them a couple of bucks, right? But in actuality, I sometimes don't mind that. When I really think about this right here, sometimes I don't mind this because if your paperwork in together and you doing business and you know you ain't supposed to be out there doing business and the police check you and they're like, look, your license is expired. You got this right here, this and that. You want to help me for lunch? You know, so you give money, he lets you go on about your way, right? And he tells you go ahead and get that taken care of. Because if you don't, this is what I've heard some of the people tell me, hear what happens. They'll wait till they get stopped for that same issue about 3 or 4 times, and they know they had to come out their pocket to pay, then they'll go ahead and take care of it. But now check this out in America, how they do, right? The cops not necessarily, but they will, depends on what state you are. Some will take money, some will take other things, but because there are stories out there. But for the most part, what a cop going to do? He's going to give you a ticket. He's going to give you a ticket, right? And then you're going to have to pay the city. Now, you can either pay that police officer because he's part of the city, or you can go ahead and got to take a day off of work, go to City Hall, and go sit down, wait till your name is called, you're going to have to pay for the ticket and pay for the court costs. Which one sounds a little bit more convenient to you? But we'll call that corruption. Ain't it corrupt because a cop might maliciously stop you over because you're black while driving? Isn't that not part of corruption? Ain't corruption when they see on your application that you're black and you don't get the housing or the job or you don't get the... See, we got to understand the things that are in place, family. Because we want to beat up Africa. So think about these things that we really do in America. We always got to fill out applications and apply for things and put our race on it. Why? For all our poor children who are trying to get into colleges and applying for colleges and all that right there and putting that on applications and all that right there, and then they're upset because I didn't get accepted to college. Is that not corruption? When we found out that the white people, this is just last year now, we found out that the white people were paying these colleges for their kids to be able to go to the Harvards and then the elite, what do they call it? the elite colleges there, whatever. That these white people with the money are paying, behind the scenes to get their kids into these colleges, while our kids are trying to get into some colleges and they're getting denied. Is that not corruption? It was a white woman that they fined her some money or whatever. Or no, she had to spend, they gave her 3 months in prison, but they kicked it down to 30 days because she was busted paying the college to get her kids in. And then we find these other people who are doing it. You think corruption's not in America? Everything around America is around corruption. That's why the people can't thrive. That's why you see that the richer keep getting richer and the poor keeps getting poorer. But we want to beat up Africa. Africa's so poor. Corrupt. Of course, Africa's corrupt. Anywhere you have humans, you're going to find corruption. And guess what? You're corrupt too. Because anytime that you even come to some place and somebody wants to go ahead and give you a deal, hey man, do you, an employee at a place, right? You might know an employee at a place, your homie or whatever. Okay, man, I'll give you a discount right here, man. Save you some extra bucks on your internet. Or you go to a fast food restaurant, somebody, and they go ahead and say, here, go ahead and take the free meal. Or you know what? You might have somebody that's working in this other place that give you the up on something all right there. Isn't that corruption? Those that live in the hood, the 5-finger discount when the man comes around the Barbie beauty shop and say, yo, anybody need this right here? Yo, give me that, give me this and that. Isn't that corruption? Isn't it corrupt when you can allow white people to go into the Capitol building and you don't even fire a bullet? They said that one woman was shot and was killed. But you know what? But and I don't even know if that's true or not. But this is what they said. But then you can totally ignore, they bum rushed the Capitol building and all these people are inside of it speaking in the podiums and going through the rooms and all that stuff right there. And yet black folk go out there and march and somebody goes break a window in a store and start stealing stuff, and you start blazing on them with gas and start beating them up and putting charges against them and all that right there. Isn't that corruption? Isn't it? Africa's so corrupt, and you think America isn't? Isn't it corruption when if African countries don't apply with the demands of Europe or America, and then all of a sudden they say, we're going to sanction you all. We're going to shut off all your supplies coming in and your people's going to suffer. And they allow these African countries economies to collapse. Because why? The Europeans, they are allies with each other. So what they do is they close off the borders in these interlocked countries that don't even, that need the supplies coming in all right there. Or they've been doing trading with these countries and they shut them off. Isn't that corruption? Yes, I'm going to be going to Burkina. Yes, the World Bank. You want to talk about the World Bank? Oh my gosh, do your history check on the World Bank. Corruption? Africa? Yeah. In Africa, we only have the sellout leaders. Okay, let's talk about sellout leaders then. Just hear me out on this. Just hear me out on this. If you were president, let me ask you this question right here. If you were president, because number one, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes as a president, all right? When you have people who have the thumb on your neck, who still has control over the African countries, a lot of them do, and you don't submit to their demands, please explain to me, when you're looking at your people who are doing business every day, and these jokers whisper in your ear and say, if you don't comply, your people will suffer. What do you do with that? Let's keep it personal with you. If somebody came up to you, I don't know if you ever dealt with mobsters or you've dealt with people who what do they call it? When people try to pull money out of you, whatever. Somebody knocked on your door and said, hey, Mr. Such and Such, Mrs. Such and Such. Hey, we know your daughter go to this school. We know your kids go here. We know you live here and all that right there. We want you to go ahead and pay us $100 every month as we come by and collect money. You can call the cops all you want. Extortion, that's the word. Thank you very much, Sonini. Somebody who's trying to extort money out of you. You can run the cops all day long, but what are you going to do when you're going to think about your family, your baby, your daughter, your son, your wife? Tell me, please tell me, what would you do? This is how the mobsters got over, because they ran it amok and having control over a people when they had the cops in their pockets. What do you do? These are the people who are out there in the street to this day, the prostitutes, the drug dealers, who have crooked cops out there who are allowing them to get by doing what they do to survive, but say, you're going to give me a part of your money. What are you going to do when a cop sits there and rapes you as a woman, or a man as a man rapes you even as a man, because you out there doing stuff to survive and they take advantage of you? Who are you going to call on? This happens every day. So when we calling names and giving titles and labels and all these different things against Africa, where you sit at, here's the amazing thing. This is the amazing thing. Most of those people who talk corruption about Africa are the Africans who left to go to European countries. And you don't even understand your own history that's going on. But soon somebody says something about your country, you the first one who say, how dare you talk about my country? I'm this and that. But you can sit here out of your own mouth and talk about the corruption. I see that every day here where I'm at, in each country I go to. Man, these cops, the police are very corrupt. Oh, our country's very corrupt. Oh, yes, they are. And as soon as I get on here and talk about Kenya is a very corrupt country, how dare you? How dare you come into our country and talk about our country, saying our country's corrupt? You come out your own mouth and say it. There's not one person I have not heard that continuously talk about the police officers being corrupt. And guess what? I met a police officer. He gave me his number. And I asked him the question, is it true that there is a big problem with police corruption? Guess what he told me? Yes. He said, yes, it is. And I said, why is that? Do you know what his answer was? See, there's things I cannot record, family. There's things I cannot record that I would love to share with y'all. This is his answer. He said, because most are trying to make a living, so every little bit they look at helps. I said, look, well, how much does a police officer work? I asked him, how long have you been a police officer? He said, 15 years. I said, okay, you don't have to tell me exactly how much you make, but how much would one make as 15 years as a police officer? He said, I make 500 US dollars a month. That's what he told me. That came out of his own mouth. And he's a police officer for 15 years. Corruption's everywhere. But, well, I understand. Hey, I understand, Silent. You say police learn from the top in government. They don't learn from the top in government. It's what's in them. Because nobody can make you corrupt if it's not in you. But I think corruption's in all of us. That's why I told you the story that even I am corrupt at times. Aren't we? Come on. Come on. We do cut corners at times. We do things that when we do things sometimes that, you know what, we don't even pay attention to. And then I have to go back and I have to repent on it. But that's not my way of life. And that's not the way I do things. And I told myself, you know what, I'm not going to even do that next time. Yeah, to get a hookup, whatever. Come on, we've all done that to save a buck or two. Somebody come up and say, hey, yo, ain't no need for you to spend that much money on that right here. I got this right here. Where you get that? Knowing that you know where they already got it. But yeah, this is our life, family. This is our life, you know. But yes, I'm enjoying every bit of it. And with all the corruption that Africa has, I'd rather be in this continent than in America. Because I sleep very comfortable. I know I'm not being judged by the color of my skin. At least I do know that. If citizens stopped paying bribes, there would be no corruption. True. True. Yes, I will be going to Angola. I will be visiting all the countries there. Did you try bush meat before? I don't know, because you know what? There's some countries just call their food like meat. But I don't eat red. I don't eat much red. Only thing I eat red meat is lamb, and then chicken and fish. So I stay there. Yep, corruption's everywhere. Thank you very much, what's that, Mariama? I look happy. Yeah, I am. I mean, I am just happy, you know. But I do know this right here. Nothing can make me happy. It's the happiness in me that is. Now, I definitely can become miserable in situations where you may be as well. Situations can make you miserable. Places can make you miserable. It sure can. It can put a dark cloud over you. Sure enough can. But yes, I'm very happy here and being here in America, in Africa than America. Every human being is corrupt. It's just a matter of when. You better believe it. You better believe it. Come on. Any man who said he ain't got some type of corruption or have not been affiliated or part of some type of corruption, I think you need to rethink really what you're saying. I've never met a perfect man in my life. Never. Never have I met a perfect man. You look peaceful and relaxed. Thanks, EC. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to be, trying to be. What about Rwanda? What about Rwanda? Let's see, go to carnivore restaurant and eat all the meat you want. What was your least favorite experience? I don't have least and favorites. Those are the titles I was talking about earlier, because you will rob yourself when you put something higher than another. Because what you find will be best today, you're going to find something different tomorrow. I just look at it as an experience. It's an experience. Then there's some things that you like, man, I'm not used to this, and you know what? I don't like this or whatever. But I'm not gonna say, hey, this is the worst place, this is the best place, this is the best experience, this is the worst experience. You know, I think experience is an experience, and you can definitely learn from them. Yeah, there's political corruption and religious corruptions. There are family corruptions. There are personal corruptions. How was your chicken dish yesterday? The chicken dish was nice and flavorful. How's your family? Family's good. Yes, I think I'm gonna have my wife on tonight. I asked her last night. Could we do live? People keep asking about her, so yeah. What do I say about corruption in Rwanda? I don't know all this intel with the corruption in Rwanda. Even do you know? I guarantee you read it from somebody else is saying that there's corruption. I guarantee you 99.9%. That last 1.1% is based off your experience. So what corruption are you talking about? I don't know if there's any corruption. I only know what I hear people say. I met 2 refugees came from there. Who sought asylum because of their political opposition against Rwanda. Every country's got corruption. I don't care where it is. And I'd say America's probably the biggest corrupt, or Europe is the biggest, Europe and America is the biggest corruption that there is, because they are the ones who puts the thumbs on the rest of the countries to get them to bend into submission of their demands that they request from them. And if they don't, okay, all right, you know what? We can mess with you militarily. We can mess with your food. We can send diseases, pain, and anguish into your country. Look at the history. Just if we just focus on the history, where do you think HIV came from? It came from out of a lab. Ebola out of a lab. They're even saying that COVID came out of a lab. They want to put it on bats that's been around for eons of thousands of years, and they want to put it on bushmeat that's been around for tens of thousands of years. You know, when you know your history, and then somebody will say, well, you got that information from somebody else. Thus is true. But there's one thing that I got, and that is my experience with them. And I know what's been done to me. So then now I can use my life experience to compare or to compare it or to put it next to the very information I've received from somebody else's story. That I can say, yeah, I've dealt with that. I've experienced that, and there's some validity to that. Somebody said, you need to question everything. I'll say this right here, Connie. Only if you prepare for the answer, because not all things need to be questioned. Some things you just don't want to ask. Because if you get that answer, it all depends on how you're going to receive it. I haven't visited Cape Verde there yet. No, I haven't. Yeah. You ask the question, everything, you at somebody's house and, they bring out the meal and everything. And then you're like, what is this right here? Do you just want to try it and see if you like it, or because you're a guest and then, you might not want to know, or you might have ate and said, this was good. What was it? Oh, that was the rats that we have running out in our sewer systems, that we clean. Yeah. Somebody said, you got to ask. Oh, Connie, you said you got to ask. If you want to, yes. I've learned over my lifetime, family, not all things need to be questioned. That's just me, that's just me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's good to know, though. It's good to know. It's good to be in the know. Educate them, brother, for they know not the history. They get their info from corrupt sources. From experience, observation, research, and that's leading of God within. I'm gonna tell you this right here. The best answers I get is when things are dropped within. Anytime you go to any source, you always have to consider the person who's writing it, because that person, they have a background. They have biases and prejudices. They were brought up into a system from a certain country. Their dialect, their languages, and their expressions will only conveyed on how they write on paper and how they internalize things. So we know that there are no things that are called exact. I know I see some people say facts. I'm still going to do a video on facts versus truth. What does that mean? What is truth? I got my answer about what is truth some years ago. A question that was asked to Jesus and he never answered the question was, what is truth? Pontius Pilate asked him that question, and the scriptures never said, he never gave an answer. What is truth? And it was never answered. So, my thing, but this is what I heard some years ago. What is truth? Truth is only based upon one man's understanding and his experience. That you could say that is truth. Based upon your experience and your understanding of something. To me, that is truth. Yeah, there's no absolute. What is an absolute truth? Absolute truth, is this a wallet? I can open it up. Is it a wallet? I mean, I purchased it for the use of a wallet. But you know what? Somebody can use this for some other purpose. They can use this for whatever it is that they want. So what one thing might be considered to be true? Yeah, that's true right there. This is a wallet. This is a wallet. No, not necessarily true. Somebody else can use it for something else. Let's see here. Truth is relative. Oh yeah, yeah, it is. If it, Nomads, if you were to visit West Africa, which country will you choose to visit? I plan on visiting all those countries. Yep. Isha, the law will set you free, but the truth won't. Hey, share with me, what is the law? Truth is, let's see, African Building Costs says, truth is universally irrefutable fact. The sky is blue. Rain falls down. You never seen rain go up? Because water evaporates and rises into the air. That same water, you're going to say rain. Okay, if that definition of rain is anything that just falls down. But isn't it true that even water can fall and rise back up? That's how you get hail. That moisture in water will fall and then it comes back up and then all of a sudden it crystallizes and then it falls back down and it goes back up and it gets a little bigger and that's how you get those bigger ones, because it's falling and rising and it's the cold of it, whatever, is crystallized or freezing it over as it crystallized. So let's go back to whatever the other thing you said. There's a yin and yang of life. If you put an absolute on one thing, you can find another side to it. But I do know what you mean. The sky is blue. Have you flown into a plane? It is not blue when you're above the clouds. It's white. Or it appears to be blue, if you want to say it appears to be blue. But do we know why it appears to be blue? How is the water blue and green when you look at it, but you put it in a glass and then it's not? Somebody says reflection. So does it make it so? Water going up in vapors, coming down, it's rain. Okay, I just gave the example. If water can fall and also water can come back up. Hence, that's how hell is formed. My teeth are white. Really? Okay. Is that truth? I don't know if you're referring to me or not. Go Black is saying you cannot view things in one perspective. You can't. I mean, you can. But that's why I say, though, that when you consider one thing to be absolute, you can find another side to it. That's why I was just saying, some people could use this as a wallet, but then some people can use this for another means. And then we'll argue and say, yes, it is, no, it's not. Yes, it is, no, it's not. But it was made for a wallet. No, somebody bought this for some other purpose. If somebody said, hit the likes to 250. We got 282 people in. Yeah, hit the likes. Let's see where we get to, Y'all know I don't even ask even anymore hit no like buttons. I mean, my thing is like, hey, it is what it is. Yeah. Exactly. Let's see here. What do you know about COVID-19? Gates bill gives Department of Defense 180 days to disclose UFO information that was in the COVID. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Like the northern lights, colors reflecting off the earth. Yeah. I mean, it's like arguing with somebody who's colorblind. That's blue. No, it's not. It's gray. It's not. It's blue. No, it's gray. It's blue. That's like, and for their perception, they see it totally different. My eyes I have, what do they call it? When the oval of my pupil will give an appearance of things having a roundness of it. So some way say that's flat, and I say no, it's beveled. So is religion a waste? What is religion? I gotta ask you what your definition of religion is. Oh, that's at somebody else. Convexed. Stigma. Got this. My eye pupils are stigma. I think they say that I have a stigma eye pupil. This is a good one. The scatter 12. Or how about, is the earth flat or round? Man, has that taken off here in the last 5, 10 years? I think it is 5 years. Within the last 3 years, the argument is the earth flat or round? And people are arguing that it's flat, and there are those who are arguing it's round. Fab, what does religion mean? You say you don't have any religion. What does religion mean? Go black to Africa, yeah. Well, is the International Space Station real or no? It's a very good question. Let me ask you this right here. Did man go to the moon? True or false? Did man go to the moon? Is Tanzania a good environment to live in? I enjoy Tanzania. I haven't gotten really observed. I didn't have a chance to really observe all of Tanzania, but I'll be back in Tanzania in February, and I will be living there for a minute. So yes, you all will be able to get some flavor of Tanzania. I mean, I'm asking that question. Has man gone to the moon? Somebody mentioned here the sun appears bigger than the other stars, but stars are actually bigger than the sun. Who measured that? Because let's think about this right here. On our world map, they have always made Africa small. Africa is 4 times larger than America. You could fit America, Europe, China, you could fit all these countries inside Africa, but they have always made Africa smaller. And most people would argue and say Africa is not the largest continent, based upon what the Europeans put on the map as showing that Africa appears to be so small. So what do you believe then? Has man gone to the moon? My answer is this right here. I don't know. I'm not going to. When I say I don't know, family, I have not seen it and experienced it for myself. And I also am not ignorant to know that there are things that I saw that was not even real. What I mean by real, you know how your eyes can play tricks on you. You see something peripheral and you look and you say, what? Oh, there's nothing. Or you might be at nighttime and something casts a shadow and you swear there's somebody over there. And some people run away with it and be like, yo, there's somebody over there. If I haven't experienced it, can I really say it happened? Can I say it's fact? There's facts that man has been on the moon. I don't want to live my life around things that people have told me. I want to live my life by experiencing. So it doesn't matter to me. Has the man been in the moon? I don't even care. I have seen a shuttle take off to go out outer space. I have seen that with NASA down in Florida. I don't know where Somalians are from. Well, let me back that up. You asked because you asked. Let me ask that question: are Somalians really from India? Somalians are from Africa. Indians are from Africa. All mankind originated from Africa. Somebody gonna say, how do you know that? Did you read somebody else's sources? How do you know that man started in Africa? How do I know? Well, I'm gonna go off based off of my so-called knowledge. All right. You know, the saying is that the darker something is, the richer it is. Right? The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? We do know that the more darker something is, the more pure it is. We've been told that the more lighter something is, the more pure it is. How can something be pure when white is the absence of those that is, things that is? So let me give you an example. We were told sugar, white sugar is pure. Can somebody please tell me, if you extrapolate all the minerals, all the ingredients, and you get to a substance that is absent of what you took out of it, how is it pure? Pure is something that has its whole componency intact. If you remove one thing out of it, it is not pure. But they told us that white sugar is pure. It's not. They said purity is white. The white angels, white God, they even got us wearing white outfits to white gowns for the bride. We wear white clothing to special events to show purity. This is all from the mindset of the European. You dig in this earth. What are you going to find? Anything that is of light color has a lack thereof. Hey, Black, do you think we should change the name of the White House? Heck yeah, we should. You know, that's what was their purpose. This was for white man only, and this is what it's going to be called, the White House. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, you know, when we talk about white people, okay, it's amazing that a lot of us try to lighten and bleaching our skin, and we don't understand that we receive the vitamin D from the beautiful sun that rests upon our skin. I've said this before. The sun will burn white people's skin because their skin repels it. their skin does not absorb it. So that hence that the light and color the sun can consume. We being of color people, we can lay out in the sun all day long. And the sun is going to do nothing but make us richer, darker, because the melanin of our skin, which will cause the darkness of it. This is why white people will go in tanning beds, and you will see a white person will get tanned because the melanite's in their skin. But don't let it be that sun, because that sun's going to burn them. I don't know the original reason why they, Brunetta, why they call the White House White House. I do know that who would sit in the seats in the White House was white men, to include Obama. Wow, you're really getting deep enough, my brother. You bringing out that deep truth. We love you, brother. Terry from Los Angeles. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. I don't know, I don't consider myself to be deep, whatever that means, deep, not at all. I'm just sharing some things that over my time of my life, that has freed my mind from these beliefs and these old schools of thoughts that have trapped me from becoming the very thing that I am. There again, that I am. I am that I am. Bob Marley was killed by skin cancer. So what are you saying? Did he have melanoma? Carcinoma? What do you have? I heard the story. I never did the research. I don't know what he had. He had the cancer in his foot, or something. This was years ago. That his boots was giving as a gift from the government or something. He was doing a concert, and then he wound up getting foot cancer or something. I don't know. Are there a lot of smoothie shops in Tanzania? There's a lot of juice shops, yeah. A lot, they fresh squeezed juices, smoothies, yeah. A lot, I don't know about what a lot is. I can't quantify or quantify what a lot is to you. Always done. Why is it they always look at us differently? In the state of Massachusetts, it's like us colored people are nobody. Anytime, now think about this, family. Anytime somebody do not like you or hate you, let's just say hate and despise of you, the great question is to figure out why. Threat is typically the main reason why people will despise another. I despise them because they are this, that, this, and that. When the Europeans came to Africa, they were amazed of how the land of Kemet or the land of Kush was and how advanced we were. Whether you talk about Plato, Socrates, these guys in their writings gave respect to Africa, that they set under the feet of the master teachers in Egypt, as what they called it, and learning for 20 years and went back and shared philosophies. These guys have gotten credit from the teachings of our forefathers. They went back and built aquifers and various different systems of how to build cities and layouts which we find how even America, Washington, D.C. was architecture and laid out was from a brother. How to bathe, sanitization, all that came from learning out of Africa. Because if you know your history, the Europeans had to search for new land because of the Black Plague. It was killing them. They did not understand by pissing and shitting and throwing it outside of the front of your window would cause disease. So this is what we have to understand. Albert, go black to Africa. Can you please moderate Jerry Johnson? Albert, you must be new to my channel, man. Now, somebody who's been on my channel a while, explain to Jerry, explain to Albert what my response will be to that. Somebody explain that to me. Let me see who's been watching some of my videos. Just K Life says ignore them. Silence says Go Black tells us to moderate each other. Moderate ourselves. Self-moderation means ignore them. We need the Jerry Jones sometimes in there. Why? Because we need to be developed. Don't we, family? We know we have ignorance all around. Now, there's sometimes I block people, you know, but there's sometimes, you know what? We need to be developed and we need to ignore. Because the more that you're mentioning his name, he loves it. I gave shout out to him basically by mentioning his name. And what's the name has mentioned his name. And so now those endorphins are going off in the mind. And now he's like, yeah, let me say something else to piss up people off. Let me say this and let me say that. Oh, yes, I'm going to have my way. I'm going to have my way. And, you know, there are people out here who are lonely, who have no sense of respect, who just were not raised right. There are people out who don't even have love. There's people who want attention. There's people out here who just carry on with their different behaviors. And you, as long as you become the watcher, you can say, there's one right there. Wow, they were neglected. They're hurting. They want attention. That's the way I found it for myself, family, to develop myself, to be able to ignore, because believe me, hey, people are going to come at you. People are going to say things. But when you don't identify yourself with something, you don't get offended. Man, you're gay. Am I? Oh, okay. Yo, you a nigga. Am I? Okay, all right. Then they're going to try to find something else. Dang, I didn't get underneath the skin. He didn't receive that. Why can't I get to him? Because I'm not going to identify with something. That's real. That's real. Now the power is in your hands. And guess what? Those trolls wither away. They're like the old wicked witch of the West. When you pour silence on them, which Dorothy poured water on the wicked witch of the West, or the East, one of the two. I can't remember which was the good one, the bad one. She withered away. Oh my God, you pour water on me. See, Dorothy found her weakness. And most weakness for those who got this, agitators and those who are of evil, you ignore them and they wither away. Aren't Somalians black too? You're not black when you're in the continent. You're only black when you are a minority around a white folk. But I understand. Isn't Somalia in the area over here? Don't their skin color represent? Did I do voiceovers for Yellow Big Road? Black genetic threat. Exactly. Black isn't a state of being. Black is just only skin deep. You know, that's it. It's just your skin. It's really what goes deeper within you is that spiritual consciousness. And when you become aware of who you are, you really now can separate yourself from that. But somebody gonna say, why did you call your channel Go Black to Africa? Because, you know, sometimes, you know, you have a point of reference. There's nothing wrong with somebody saying, well, where are you from? I'm from Kenya. I'm from, it's a point of reference to let somebody know where exactly on the map maybe you may be from. But when you start identifying, you say, I'm Kenyan, and I don't like those Somalians. I don't like those Ghanaians. I don't like them. Really? And you think that, calling yourself a Kenyan, a Ghanaian, or whatever makes you more special? When we were people migrated all across this continent, and you might be surprised of what you find is really flowing through your DNA. Oh, 1 second. My thing just went kaput. Hold on 1 second. All right, my thing just went a little haywire here. I guess that's for me to say it's time to say goodbye. But anyway, family, I appreciate each and every one of you all. I appreciate, let me turn this thing off here. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna go walk around, and I'm gonna go ahead and just find some new discoveries and see, hey, where my path lead me. I have nothing in plan, but I'm just gonna get out there and do. And I ask, you know, hey, or I challenge you all, hey, do the same. Explore something different. You know, wreck your mind. Get outside of that box, you know. Take out some of that old schools of thoughts, the trash as we would call it. And you're gonna rediscover some things that you can put in your mind and replace that old stinking thinking that has existed probably for many a year. So with that, this is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. All right, peace and blessings. I'll see you all later.